Okay, we're gonna go live. Wait, yep. Heads up, eyes open, and fists clench, y'all. Let's get loud and low for another episode of Freedom All Radio here, Intellectual Radio. We are experiencing some difficulties on Blog Talk. So for those who call in, something's going down with that. So we can't go through Blog Talk. What we gonna be doing too? Our plan for the night was, and the upcoming nights. Wow, today's October. We are planning to have some guests on, some candidates, major elections here. You know what I'm saying? We want y'all to tune in here, and I'm gonna try again because I just my guest had just called in. Expected guest just called in, but I didn't want to say nobody short because I know a lot of our audience is based off the Blog Talk, the call in. I'm gonna try this one more time, so y'all bear with us, or as we say, cub with us while I try this call in. And I'm kind of sweating. The weather's good. Try this one more time. The Blog Talk is 497-3785. Let's see if we have any problems getting through, because we can still try to do it. Yeah, we experiencing some difficulties. I know a few people was talking about we had to set for the call in, and I don't want to say anybody. People welcome to tap in, or you can. No, the issue with this is, you know what? We could. We can call. We can just try working this about Intellectual Radio. 708-223-8953. That's an option also, but I won't get my full audience. I mean, you won't get the full audience. That's the concern. Where's my pen at? That's a concern. Let me see. We can call. We can do the call-ins here, and you won't get the Blog Talk audience. Y'all bear with me while we doing this, because our plan is before the upcoming election, November 5th. That's like literally this upcoming Tuesday. Let's try this. Let's kind of improvise. Okay, let's try this. Let me text I guess. Okay, free them all. See y'all tuning in. Yes, indeed. I see my little brother. Yes, indeed, my nephew. And they get right on. Free them all. We had a number of different issues we want to speak about today. Our plan was, I'm coming on the countdown to the election, that we have a candidates called in, that the platform, and let me try, y'all bear with me as we say cub with me for 1 minute. I'm going to try something, because I know someone just asked me about this. A lot of times you hear about every election, it's the pressing, this is do or die, this is the most pressing election. However, this is some intense times. So this is, if nothing else, you've seen people, like I say, the conversation is happening, you know what I'm saying? And it's in regards to electoral politics. And I want to talk about that too. The sister had commented to me the other day, Chairman, I know you're really not political. I said, no, I'm very political. I say I'm guarded when it comes to electoral politics. But this is something that's in any phenomenon, and it's become a phenomenal discussion. And there's been some unconventional conversations happening in regards to electoral politics. Not only, nationwide. Every day you hear some different developments. So we want to definitely get your input, your take. I'm going to try something real quick. 708. Clyde McLemore supposed. Let's see if you can call in also. Let me text you this number to call in after 7:30. What is this? Hold on. What is that? I'm not trying to. Peace to you as well. Come right on. For those who y'all experiencing difficulties over on the Blog Talk, it's something that's out of our control. So Still no luck with Blog Talk. Let me text this number to Instagram. I'm finna check out for 2 seconds. Let me text this number to color people. We can have. That's off. Okay, I'm gonna text it. Okay, let me text this number to color people call in. Blog Talk experiencing difficulties. Experiencing difficulties. Okay. Can call directly into what's this number? 708 223 8953 953. Okay, let's try that. Okay, I'm going to send this to a couple of. Okay, let's try this. Okay, those who just tuning in with us, y'all know you may have already got the word that we experiencing some difficulties on our Blog Talk, the 929 number. What they can call in now, I'm going to send this to a couple of people right now. Y'all bear with us. 708. Okay, 1 second. Got to improvise. 1 second. 1 second. We're going to still do a special episode upcoming. Do a special election episode. That's for tonight. It's for tonight. Tonight, who else won? Okay, those who try to call in, kick it through the Blog Talk. Try calling in 708-223-8953. 708-223-8953. And we're gonna we want our initial plan is at the first hour in regards to electoral politics, the upcoming elections. Then we got some pressing updates. Stephen Lynn, if you on, I know you're supposed to get the update. I'm just gonna text it to him too, because I know Stephen Lynn's supposed to call in. Stephen Lynn. That's okay. He posted to. Oh, let me go on Instagram. Let people know. Okay. Let's go with this here. Okay, you're not okay. Got to move on the pivot. Give me a minute, let people tune in on Instagram. We count on the pivot, you all. We experiencing some difficulties with our Blog Talk. We looking for a day to up our ante in regards to technology. We looking forward to that day. Give you a few minutes to tap in with us on Instagram Live. Give you a few minutes to tap in with us on Instagram Live. People are tapping in with us. Greetings to you as well, my sister. Right on. Ali Grand in the building. Let me say, I just seen a brother Flint. Condolences to the family of our brother Flint. For those who are just tuning in, good evening to you as well, Chin Price. Right on. Revolutionary love and respect. We are experiencing technical difficulties on our Blog Talk on the 929 number. We are experiencing technical difficulties with the Blog Talk on the 929 number. What we are requesting you do, you call in. We're going to go ahead and we're going to do a special episode because we had some candidates that called in for different fields, for different offices. And November 5th is this upcoming Tuesday, so we're going to do a special edition before then. And I don't want to compromise anyone, because I know a lot of our audience, a major part of our audience, is based on what we started for, the blog talk, the 929 actual blog talk. People can hear on the phone, I mean, throughout the world. We get, people in Africa, they hear this, you know what I'm saying? So, but we want to keep it moving too, though. So we are live on Instagram, and we're live on Facebook, and we're live on YouTube. But our live over blog talk is compromised tonight. So those who can't call in, or you can, if those you see it, you can call in 708-223-8953. 708-223-8953. A few calls coming in. We looking for Stephen Lynn an update in regards to what's going down with the Ronald Green case in Louisiana. I think Jacob Blake, the father Jacob Blake Jr., my brother and our comrade, should give us update in regards to the case of Breonna Taylor. What's his name? One of the police officers, I'm using that term lightly too, that forgive me, I can't recall his name. We went up there for the jury selection last week. I don't know what's the stage and status there now in Louisville, Kentucky, with this, but Jacob Blake or Bianca, someone should be giving us an update in regards to that. And they probably going to call in on 929 numbers. So again, for those who can't spread the word that we are going through the 708. And of course, we're going to talk about some other expressing issues, you know what I'm saying? Freedom Mama to come around the building. So in the spirit of making history, taking history, and taping history, y'all, let's do what we do. We look for those calls. Okay, make sure this is still working. Call me paranoid, but every time we have some technical difficulties, I never just dismiss it as technical difficulties. But again, you can try to call 708-223-8953. Look for also a call from Mr. Clyde McLemore regards to the case he's facing. Those can call in. I see a number of people tapping in with us now. I'm going to hold to the conclusion of our show. We got 7 o'clock to talk about Chicago Sun-Times article. And I don't have it by me right here next to me, but it didn't quote me, it referenced to me, but there's some contradictions that you know what I'm saying, that we want to address. Before the conclusion of the show, we'll be definitely addressing that. But in the meantime, between time, let's open up again. This will be live and direct on Freedom All Radio. Right on. Show you right. Give thanks, Jan Price. Right on. Let me get this coffee. Okay, here's a call in right now. Let's see what we have here. Hello, Fremont. I'm online. Yes, sir. Yep. Hello. Welcome.
Hello, is this Dr. Fred Hampton?
Yes, it is. Welcome to Fremont Radio.
Yeah, this is Carolyn Ruff. How you doing?
I'm well. Good to hear your voice. Yes, indeed. Welcome to Fremont Radio. Yes, and I'm glad you got the word. We letting people know that our regular call in number 929 is down right now, but I'm glad you get the word. So people, again, we got some callers calling in now. Let me reiterate that again: 708-223-8953. That being said, welcome to Fremont Radio, Carolyn Ruff. Give us some.
Yes. Is it possible that I could give you an update on JJ?
Please do. And let me make sure I get his phone situated. Okay, yes, indeed. Okay. This is an update in regards to J&J Fish.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, on Western. Well, they had a bond hearing for.
Well, hold on, Mr. Carolyn Ruff. For the benefit of those who just tuning in with us, just make sure we bring y'all up to speed. Approximately, was it 2.5 weeks ago? I don't forget the exact date.
The 7th when this happened.
When was it?
October 7th when it happened.
October 7th. J&J Fish on the southwest side, 78th and Western, the corner 78th and before you get 79th and Western. Two individuals. 7828 Southwestern. You know, ironically speaking, too, for those out of towners who tuning in, I don't know how true it is. They say Western is the if one of any streets, a few streets that you can take straight through. I mean, throughout from country to country. They say it's like the longest street. I thought I thought Halsted was long the way. They say Western is a long street. So this is on 78th Western, 7828 Southwestern, a case with 2 individuals were gunned down callously. I'm talking about, and we've been going. We had a people's investigation, found out the details, and Cattle Welfare posted. Gave us an update on the individual who were murdered. And if you haven't seen the video footage, how callous it was. This was the employee. How he did. I mean, it was about 2 months that he knocked the door before he done this. And one individual, brother Paul Williams, was sitting down in the chair, and I mean it's callous. So we tried to post it, but they've been playing games to post it. But again, this footage, I mean, you see the callous which the individuals were murdered. But with that being said, Kevin Ruff's been following up, going over there, and I thought, I was reminded of your position with the beauty supply on 47th Street. Your continuously going over there, and we got on the sisters beat in the Chinese beauty on store. But bring us up to speed. It's on 70th and Western. What's going on now?
Yes, sir. Yes, doctor. I just want to make one little small correction. David was the young man that was sitting at the table, and Paul was the victim that was looking through his suitcase, sorting his socks out. But that was
okay.
I just want to make that
right on.
That little mistake.
Yes.
But there was a bond hearing on yesterday for the man that executed Paul and David, and I had a chance to meet the family, and I think I sent you the arrangement for Paul's funeral on Monday. The viewing is going to be on Sunday at I can't think it. Leaks.
I think Leaks 78th and Cottage Grove.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes. And so I just wanted to share that with you as well. But we're really doing getting the word out. People are accepting our flyers. I had flyers made. The family embraced us. They thanking us for what we're doing. We've heard so many troubling things that happen with this execution. The man that executed these 2 people, it was more or less like a hate crime too. He said that he hated homeless people, and he told that to a customer. She said she left about 15 minutes before he did the execution to these 2 people, but he was explaining to her that he hates homeless people. He drew something on a napkin and threw it in the garbage, and he said he hates God.
This is the 2 individuals. One was white and one was black, correct? And they reported that both of them were homeless.
Yeah, they were both homeless. David, they called him Dave. He would buy chicken and feed his friends, his homeless friends, although he was homeless himself. And then Paul is the young man that used to impersonate Michael Jackson. Sometimes you would see him downtown.
Down on the train. At the train stops.
Yeah.
I'm familiar. Right.
You're familiar with him, aren't you?
Yes.
And so the family, his brother attended the bond hearing, and the next court date would be November 13th at 9:00. So I just wanted to share that with you as well.
As a 26 in California, and this is we had went over there too. Trying to Black Panther Party cause in regards to implement a people's investigation. I want to commend you also because we've been trying to find even the family members. That's right on. The family members are contacted because this also, for those who just tuning in with us too, this latest update in regards to the J&J Fish, which is something that's you find, this is like a eatery, like a fast food fish joint. You know what I'm saying? inside, the urban, the black communities in particular. And it was just a situation. What was it, the train by Forest Park? That's our the individuals on the train that was shot, that were murdered. I think about a month and a half ago. These individuals were reported to be homeless also.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, on the Forest Park train stop. Yeah. So listen, if y'all can give me the exact date. This is about a month and a half ago. And politics, how you view the race as well as the class contradiction. Again, the race and the class contradiction. How though individual themselves may not, I say, look down on people, but it's a sentiment with certain messages I sent down. How you treat, and better yet, how you mistreat certain people. So this is again, this is something I'm put my ear to the ground and see if this is something what type of sentiments are going down nationally in regards to this. Because again, one was black, one was white, but they were both individuals were homeless. And again, it was a case on the Forest Park stop. That's the end of the line, on the blue line that you get when you start the train stop. And for those out, it is not uncommon to see people who are homeless who have to resort to, being on the trains, ran the trains, back and forth, whether it be seek some heat or just seek a place to rest. So this is interesting update again. So again, the funeral is Monday at Leaks Funeral Home, I think it's 78th and Cottage Grove. What you think about 10? What is that?
From 3 to 6.
Oh, 3. I'm glad we said that.
That's the viewing at Sunday.
Sunday.
3 to 6. And then the funeral will be, I don't have it in front of me.
Yes.
I know it's not, it's going to be not too far from, where the incident happened. Or, I have to look at my flyer again. But that's going to be on Monday.
Okay.
At a apostolic church. So I have to look at the address. But I did send you a copy of the funeral arrangement.
Right on
your page.
Right on.
Yeah, so Robert, he's also homeless, and him and I have been out there advocating for the homeless people. It's been very emotional for me, Robert, his friends. They've been giving testimonies. They've been crying. They're traumatized. They're traumatized.
No doubt.
And the young lady that worked in JJ's Fish, they made her clean up the blood the next day.
Wow.
All of the
wow.
You're here. Yeah, and she's traumatized. She had a chance to meet Paul's brother on yesterday, and she was crying, and she said she would leave if she had a job. She's a single mother, she need a job, and so I've been asking around, and one of the ladies that I know, she's like, oh well, she could get a caregiving job. They would probably pay her more than what she's making there. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And and she also could sue them, because she's traumatized.
No doubt about it. Anybody want to keep the sister that still works there, any connection, employment opportunities, what have you, definitely. What you recall? I'm thinking about this now. The Streetwise newspapers who dealt with the homeless population, that was like a major part of their work. Are the Streetwise newspaper vendors? Are they still out there? The Streetwise?
Yes, they are. Yeah, in fact, they're over. Because I live on the north side, so I see them all the time. In Evanston, right off of Broadway, at Jewels. So yeah, I see them quite often.
This should be a major thing. This should be a front cover of the Streetwise news. For those who are not familiar with Streetwise, that's a major aspect of their work in regardless to the homeless population. This should be like a front cover, regardless to the homeless population.
Yeah, and the media, they were out there as well. They, JJ is out there now because the media, Channel 9, Channel 7, they all came out yesterday. They were at court. The family had a chance to express themselves, both families, so It's out, and it's just a matter of time, and their business have gone down
Good.
tremendously.
Do you know do either have any children?
Say that again.
Do you know if either have any children? Either the victims have any children?
Yes, exactly. David's daughter, she has the GoFundMe.
Okay.
They're trying to raise money to bury her dad,
Yes.
And, I've been, giving her advice and stuff like that. But she just put a GoFundMe page up, and I shared it on my page.
Do you know it? Can you say it to us now? We can repeat it.
Say that again.
Do you know the link? Can you repeat it to us? We can put it out also. The link.
Yeah, I could send you the link.
So send me the link. We're gonna put this also. I mean, even with the J&J official setting at the West and some sort of, I don't know, trust fund for his children, a minimum. You know what I'm saying? Something. I mean, it definitely won't. You know what I'm saying? It don't make up. You know what I'm saying, for loss of life, but just, I mean, this. I mean, but again, to see the footage. I mean, the callousness. I'm telling this. I mean, headshots. When I first seen the video, I thought it was one of those video games, like those Grand Theft Auto video games. This,
Yeah.
And it was about. I mean, this is cold, callous. I mean, headshots. And I mean, you couldn't. I mean, it'll be if these are animals. I mean, it'll be an uproar from PETA and the likes. I mean, you see the footage. I mean, callous headshots.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
And the owner was also in court. He did not identify, or he didn't approach the family to apologize to them or whatever. But I didn't know he was in court. The family didn't know. But when Paul's brother went in to talk to the young lady, she said that he was in court as well. So apparently he was probably sitting in the back,
Yeah.
But because I know when I can't pronounce his name, but when he came out, he looked towards our way, but he had that smirky look on his face.
This is the individual that actually shot the two homeless.
Yeah, wow. As if he saw a family member. You know what I mean? Like,
yes.
His family members.
Yes.
He had this little smile, smirky look on his face.
Wow.
So I'm going to continue to support.
Keep us posted.
I just wish more people would come out and join.
What's the next day, Carolyn Ruff? Next day you plan to be out there? What's the next day?
Yes, sir. We'll be out there Saturday at 2:00.
This Saturday.
Yeah, this Saturday. We'll be out there this Saturday at 2:00. The time is going back, but we'll be there until maybe 4:00 because we're not staying when it's dark. We usually leave just before it gets dark.
Got you. Someone post that. Let's get the word out, y'all. Saturday at 2:00. Let's say 2:00 to 4:00 p.m. 7828 Southwestern. I mean, the fact that they even had the audacity to open right back up, let alone even having the young lady who worked there to clean the blood up, the traumatizing and impact. I can't even imagine. But that's 7828 Southwestern. Still some contradictions have to be called in regards to that. Again, it's how you view people, how you again, it impacts on how you treat and mistreat them. And you see the callousness, it made them comfortable. The way that he did it, and even now in the courtroom, coming in, she said, the smirk and the arrogance, how you view, those who without resources, and even the politics on how we view, homeless. I know a lot of times to justify certain things, people say, well, they must, be bad people or immoral. They got, did something wrong, whatever. So the old saying, the old axiom, people can be one check away from being homeless themselves. Be real, again, this is an economy that eats it, saying that it eats its own, and people, saying once you start justifying, situations of, poverty is a crime. A lot of people sometimes have issue with certain, profane terms. We don't curse. We say such, poverty, miseducation, hunger, be hungry. That's a crime. Those are bad words. And I tell you, we try to brush it away because we want to see it or talk about it. When it's, when you confront it with it, when you see it, you've seen the arrogance again. I want to really struggle with it. Want to look at the video footage and the callousness to be able to do that.
Is there any way that you could get in touch with Benjamin Crump, because Paul's family would like for him to take the case? I know David's family, they already have an attorney. I had a chance to meet him on yesterday too, but Paul's wife, and he brought up Benjamin Crump's name, but do you know a good trustworthy lawyer here in Chicago that they live in Maryville, Indiana?
Wow. Let's put the word out. And also, I know we expecting a phone call, an update from Louisville, Kentucky, Breonna Taylor, the case in regards to Breonna Taylor. And let's see, I don't know. We definitely put the word out. Chicago in particular, again, those listening in or those who are not listening, spread the word, whether it be Attorney Crump or whatever attorneys we can. The family is seeking some attorneys. This is the case. They had on 78th and Western. The two homeless individuals were gunned down, cold. Callous. And again, I want y'all to check out that situation in Forest Park about a month and a half ago. But again, the attorneys, and we'll put the word out, put it out there in regards to, again, Attorney Crump, and outside Chicago to come in, because again, this contradiction, it bleeds past the borderlines of Chicago. But again, you see this footage, and it's something that, that's been put, on the national spotlight, how these individuals were treated.
And JJ Fish is all over.
Yes.
In Georgia.
Yes.
I saw JJ Fish in Africa when I was in Africa.
Wow.
So it's like they're all over. I've seen at least 4 or 5 JJs in Chicago.
And ironically, initially with the JJ Fish, that initially there was something that brothers, black, I'm a brother, respect, right on, free them all, yes indeed. They had, and then there was such a slander campaign put out that if you own a J&J Fish, you had to be a drug dealer or something of the sort. And so all of a sudden, like I said, the whole axiom goes: never black folks roll 2 nickels together make a dime, white folks making a crime. And it got took up out of their hands. And then the different merchants, foreign merchants, they start, getting control of this. Like you said, I didn't know. They was in Africa, but when I went to California one time, I said, "Whoa, J&J, they here." But this happened, and they should know about. Again, the national, international should know about this contradiction. It's be like a marker put there, a policy on, on how the respect or how you deal with people. How food service. How you, and it's the politics of, like you, the Black Panther Party, we had this big term, the Minister repeating about a servant of the people. He was kind of even staying away from the term like a leadership, because it kind of bred this arrogance on how you deal with the people. That and then you hear like the ruling class, they'll throw different terms around loosely, like, "Oh, we here to service you," but you see that. You've seen it. You've seen the toxicity come out really on how they, again, with this situation with these 2 individuals being gunned down, on how, the most dispossessed and the most, impoverished part of our communities, how they're treated. Again, better yet, mistreated. But
homeless lives matter, just like Black Lives Matter. Mental health lives matter. Homeless lives matter too, sir. You know that, Doc.
Right on. And we want you, again, y'all, we want y'all on deck again. You want Saturday, 2 o'clock to 4 o'clock p.m. And check Sister Carolyn Ruff's pages for any updates again. I'm glad for those. Okay, somebody just posted. Okay, hold on. Somebody just posted some potential attorneys here. Attorney John Levy. Okay, so we can get word to them about this case. Some of our listeners just when our comrades just posted some.
Let me ask you one more question. This GoFundMe, will I be able to send it to this number that I have, 708?
I don't know, because this isn't a cell phone. This isn't a cell phone. What you can do, I'm on. If you can, I'm on Facebook Live now. Put it on. Excuse me. Put it on. If you can get on Facebook with me and put it on. Type it on Facebook, and I'm on Facebook Live now. And when you put it on there before we conclude, we have somebody make sure to repost it.
Okay, so you're on Facebook now.
I'm on Facebook. I'm on Facebook now on the Fred Happy. Yep. Yes. Right now.
Okay, sir. Okay, and again,
Thank you so much, my sister. And man, love and respect. You know, so you are on the battlefield. Right on.
Yes,
Sister
sir.
Carolyn Ruff,
Free 'em
live and
all.
direct.
Thank
Free them
you.
all.
Bye-bye.
All right. We live and direct, y'all. Free my radio, any callers you can. You cannot call in. Okay, right on, come right stand so we can facilitate that. Yes, indeed. Let's see. November 13th is the funeral. Let me get this up. Let me say this too. While speaking of which, November 13th is also the day in which Spurgeon Jake Winters was assassinated in 1969, south side of Chicago. Long live legacy of Spurgeon Jake Winters of the Black Panther Party. His birthday was ironically November 12th, and we was talking like the brother who played him in the movie Judas and the Black Messiah, Algie Smith. That scene of Spurgeon Jake Winters having to be shot on November 13th. And then later on, I found that was Algie Smith's birthday, November 13th. I said, "Whoa, that's something. That's something." So that's we're gonna be at. This is gonna be the 55th year after the assassination of Spurgeon Jake Winters, the Black Panther Party, and we also gonna be talking about December the 4th, International Revolutionary Day, December the 4th. Call it. Y'all can call in at 708-223-8953. Again, 708-223-8953. Saturday at 2 to 4 p.m. J&J Fit 7828 Southwestern. Paul Williams and David, I forgot the last name. The individuals are the homeless, one white, one black. The homeless that were gunned down callously right there. Okay, don't get my daughter's trying to do an interview on you. Can you? Okay, hit me inbox. And I give you a contact number. Hit me on the inbox. Yes, indeed. Tony, hit me on the inbox, and I give you a contact number. Matter of fact, I tell you what. See if you can email. They'll stay on me. You know what I'm saying? Chairman Fred Speaks. Do that. Do me one better. Chairman Fred Speaks. Chairman Fred Speaks with an S. Chairman Fred Speaks with an S at gmail.com. Chairman Fred Speaks at gmail.com. Send that information. Tell them you tapped in. She wants to do the interview. We follow from there. I got a few schools I'm supposed to be speaking to this upcoming Monday. Matter of fact, will be ideal if we can get your daughter to do the. It will be ideal if she can interview me. I don't know if she's in the Chicago area to come in on Freedom All Radio. That would be ideal. If she come in, sit right here in the chair. That would be ideal. I think I did the Carl Nelson show this morning. I always like doing the Carl Nelson show, and hope we can get it reposted as soon as they post it. The Q&A, but also because I like even this morning, for example, I was speaking about the Rainbow Coalition, and I had to be self-critical because it's some stuff that when he came and asked, he said, just you talking about the Rainbow Coalition, the Chairman Fred Arthur, stuff that I may take for granted or draws a foregone conclusion that people know. And because I tell whatever field we in, you know what I'm saying, there's a certain amount of subjectivity. And I struggle against subjectivity, in other words, seeing the world from, from a narrow point, or, how you see it. But when you in something so long, you think that's the way it is. I make a joke about I gotta be careful when I be around the dogs so much. We call it the dogs the Hampton House Hounds. And I had to ask comrades sometimes. I said, does it smell like dog around here? And I ask because you not be around, you become immune. Welcome to Freedom All Radio. This is actually Chairman Fred Hampton Jr. Yes, it is. Well, I'm throwing you on speakerphone right now. 1 second. Say it again, caller. Okay, welcome to Freedom All Radio. You said you can't believe what?
I can't believe how easy it is to just literally pick up the phone, call the number, and it didn't even think you wondering. I really respect that.
I'm glad you said that. People say, I can't find you. I didn't know when the event was at. I have been brought under criticism for being too accessible. We have I guess it's the first time caller. Caller just called in and he said, I can't believe this is Chairman Fred Hampton Jr. I can't believe I just called in and got you on the phone. Well, welcome, first time caller. And again, I've been brought under criticism for being so easily accessible. And I tell, sometimes I catch myself, trying to be here like an ambulance chase, be everywhere. But again, I'm glad you made note of that. So I am accessible. I tell people every Wednesday, every Wednesday, 6:30 to 8:30, Freedom All Radio. You can go back and look at old episodes. Subscribe to Chairman Fred Jr. also on YouTube. I'm literally running through the airport. I've been on a bus doing this show, and I told someone today, December the 4th and August 30th. Those are two major dates with us. And I say, in the case, I'm not trying to sound macabre or nothing like that, depressing. Even if I'm dead, you can count on me being there in front of Ground Zero, 2337 Westmont Road. We're gonna change the Chairman Fred Hampton way. With that being said, welcome first time caller to Freedom All Radio here live on Intellectual Radio. Welcome.
I really appreciate that. And I just want to say I didn't really plan on speaking with you so easily. So if I come across a little bit nervous or God forbid speak out of line, feel free to step in and correct me. But for lack of a better word, I might be a little bit starstruck. But
no problem.
I did once have a chance to meet you in real life, and I attended one of your real life events. It was I believe in August 2021 when they dedicated a wing to your father at his high school, Pretoria, I believe. And
Proviso East, the high school that he attended. Yes.
And I was blown away by not just like the execution of the ceremony, and like like a third of the wing was state level politicians who were a pretty big deal, and I remember just seeing your mother there too, and also being a little bit starstruck there. But it was just also so easy for me or anyone else to just walk up to your mom, because like you guys left early, and that makes sense for security reasons. That's what I thought. That would make sense. But when the crowd left and got out into like the hallway and everything,
yes,
you and your people, you were waiting to receive everyone, and they tried to have like a tour guide lead us through, and people kind of just instinctively followed you because I'm not particularly religious, and I don't want to say I don't want to deify anyone where that's not due, but I can see the Messiah element, at least in terms of your speaking style, not just with your father, but with you. I think you do an amazing job of not only carrying on that legacy, but developing it as is, kind of implicit within a dialectical framework. Anyone who thinks that you're supposed to do exactly what your father did is kind of missing the point. But before I get off on too much of a tangent, I would like to kind of explain why I'm calling you and why I'm reaching out. I would like to ask you kind of what I can do for you and your people. And when I say your people, I mean not necessarily Black people, but Black Panthers, and particularly your cause, because I find it resonates so much with me, and I never really understood why until I discovered that I am on the autism spectrum. And given your generation, I'm not sure what you know about autism, but it is like historically with the Black American community, it's been very much underdiagnosed, not just in women, but also within the Black community as well, because of just inherently bad medical access. But when they account for lack of medical access, they see that it's consistent across all ethnic groups. Doesn't matter what your skin tone is, it's diagnosed at the same rate. And they know it also has kind of a bias towards males. So it doesn't have any racial bias, but it does have kind of a gender bias. And there is also a 100% chance, or rather, when you enter into a prison setting in the United States or a jail setting, the rate of autism doubles. Typically, it's estimated to be about 2 to 3% of the general population in America. In the overall American prison population, it's about 5%. So even if you didn't know anyone with autism, I guarantee you, like if you were in, and I'm sure that, you know, there were tons of times when you were in groups, 20, 30 people or more, you were around some autistic people. You were around some undiagnosed autistic people who did not receive the proper help with or contextualization with their mental health because they were not afforded the, you know, the same kind of access to those mental health evals. And I have been in a low-level county jail situation, and they treated me horribly. They put me in 132 hours of solitary. That was a fucking hell. Excuse me. That was a. It cannot be overstated how much of a war crime that kind of treatment is. And, you know, it wasn't just me that they were doing it to. It was, you know, quite a variety of people. But they put me on a mental health hold, and they didn't care. I told them I was autistic. They didn't, you know, seem to pay any mind to it. There doesn't really seem to be a lot of awareness within, you know, the prison psychology community. And I am in a position where I am going to school at the University of Georgia to eventually get into clinical psychology and hopefully do some published research on the phenomenon of undiagnosed autism, because I wasn't diagnosed. Despite being a white male, the walking stereotype, I wasn't diagnosed until I was in my early 30s by having it my entire life. So I know there's plenty of Black American males who also don't know this. So I was wondering, like, if I were to kind of send you an email with kind of a more thought out and cohesive idea of some research topic that I think would be important for the autistic community. I'm wondering if I could get maybe your input on how you think that might help, like, the Black community, specifically the Black community. I know, you know, free them all and everything, but at the same time, you not every thing. And I am interested in helping you, not because it's a racial thing, but because, you know,
Which Carla? I may have missed it. Give me your name again, Carla.
What was that?
I said I may have missed your name. Your name. Your name again.
My name is Christopher Allen.
Christopher, I want to welcome you the first time caller. Thank you for calling. Thank you for coming to the event. Thank you for the information you provided. I just wanted to just, you know, to tag team with something that you laid a number of different points, but just even the latter point that you said, you know, just even how medical conditions, you know, saying the disproportionate, how they're assessed, because a lot of times, even with the Black community in particular, it's just dismissed as, you know, that's just where it goes, whether it be bad, you know, saying whether it be bad grades in schools or particularly an actual assessment such as autism, so on and so forth. And I'm glad you touched on that. Also, just and I appreciate your acknowledgement, even, you know, the opportunity we had to meet. And I just, you know, I try to be conscious of that, you know, in regards to the first impressions, so on and so forth, in regards to, I mean, when people, like you said, I tell you, we had to be security conscious, but also people take note of that, you know, how we engage with the people. I want to, you know, put this on your calendar. Also, put this on your calendar. December the 4th. That's International Revolutionary Day. We had a couple more events coming before then. I don't know if you've been to the Hampton House yet. Let's hit email. Say the Hampton House at gmail.com. Let's set up a date. You come by there. You know, so we do tours also at the Hampton House. definitely I want to invite you to come on through do a tour. Hit me before Wednesday. Hit us before so Wednesday. Come on in and sit down with us. I mean, even Freedom on Radio. I like to go more in depth even about that. As far as another point about how you can assist, we real big advocates of whatever points of unity that people can play in. Like people say, well, I'm real good with setting up speaking engagements. Okay, let's take that and tie it in with saying with how you get the word out to speaking engagements. That well, I'm real good with getting we have some carpentry work. We doing some renovating work at the Hampton House. As we speak, we need some work done there. So whatever skills, as Minister UEP Newton say, take the bourgeoisie skills and make them work in the interest of the masses. We struggle with that as opposed to being reversed, where people are taking the skills out of the community and making them benefit the ruling class. So whatever it may be a cinema panel. We can talk about this. Have a discussion, a dialogue in regards to autism. What resources are available for people dealing with that? Because again, in colonized communities in particular, things that they're deprived. We are deprived of a medical assessment. People. I use the analogy where the Black Panther Party Free Breakfast Program was birthed. Black children, their grades were not up to par. And many people just dismissed it. Well, that's the way they grade. That's the way it goes. And Black Panther Party position wasn't well known anyone. Would be black, white, or whatever color that's going to school hungry. It's hard to concentrate on writing a sentence or a mathematical problem. So and then they with that information, they responded and bam, here you have the Black Panther Party Free Breakfast Program. So we have the free breakfast program, but even the autism, there may be something we can work on with that. So I want to invite you to the Hampton House. The email saythehamptonhouse@gmail. Hit us, stay in contact with us. I want you to come on with us one Wednesday. We can have a more in-depth dialogue in regards to autism, a particular audience that we can hit. We attempt to politicize everything. I missed an event a few days ago in regards to breast cancer. Brother Robert Money and his sister, she just reminded me. I missed the event, and I was commenting that I'm sitting to interview my mother comrade, Cohen Jerry, this weekend, who's a survivor of not only December the 4th, 1969, but also a survivor of breast cancer. But even put it in a political analysis. A lot of times people try to divorce it from this. Well, this is just health. This is just law. This is just how we should eat. But we had the opportunity to tie it in the impact of it, and not in a demoralized way, like well, we defeated, but no, to politicize it. And I think you are a good candidate to help us, even talk about that. And we don't even want to limit it with just that. That's up to Annie. It's up to Annie. So again, hit that email, Chairman Fred. Say the Hampton House @gmail.com. Or if you're on Facebook, inbox me. Let's set a date. What would you come in with us on Wednesday? Let's follow up. That sound like a plan?
Okay, yeah. I very much appreciate the invite. If I don't make it to the December 4th event, you have a street party. I think August 22nd, I believe.
August 30th. Yep.
So, yeah. Okay. I will probably make it by then next year. I am actually by profession, I am a trained line cook who actually specializes in breakfast food.
Well, all right. Now you gonna talk yourself into commitment to the free breakfast program. We about to kick back off. You want to talk? You talking you a line cook? We gonna get a commitment out of you now.
Yeah. I would absolutely like that. That's one of the things that the Panthers inspired me to do was. I didn't get radicalized to go pick up a gun or anything. I got radicalized to go out and volunteer, and not only that, but to organize programs that extend beyond just those boundaries and kind of bleed out into other areas. So yeah, any way that I can give back in a material, concrete way, I absolutely.
Are you on Facebook?
Yeah.
Inbox me on Facebook. Let's set up this. Let's connect up. We finna re-implement the free breakfast program. We just had it going on, so we have to kick it back off. Inbox me on Fred Hampton on Facebook. Let's follow up and call back. You see how easy it was getting in contact with me this Wednesday. Wait till you call back next Wednesday. Call back in. I want to get a commitment out you with our free breakfast program.
Okay.
All right.
I would be honored, honestly.
Right on. We'll be honored to have you.
All right. I appreciate the conversation and thank you for everything.
Thank you. Right on. It's my duty. It's my honor. Right on. We live in the Record Freedom already on the Spirit of Making History, taking history and taking history. The first time caller just called in. He told you how he was shocked how easy it was getting in contact with Chairman Fred. We like Slash Stone, and what's our people name? Arrested Development. Everyday people, y'all. Everyday people. Call in. I just had a text. Okay, listen. It's out of my hand. The blog talk is down. We need to call in at the 708-223-8953. 708-223-8953. Those who are saying blog talk it's out of my hands. It's not working. So people are texting saying, I've been trying to get in. You can call in at 708-223-8953. Okay, we're going to go into, so callers. Make sure his phone is on. I'm going to go into this other subject matter very shortly. You know what I'm saying? We got, so any other callers, y'all feel free to call in. 708-223-8953. I know once I go on this other subject matter, it's hard to break off. Touched on a number of good subjects this morning, as always, on the Carl Nelson Show. Touched on the Trail of Truth, the indigenous community. And those not familiar with that, that's with natives, throughout the country, you know what I'm saying? And there was some individuals' first opportunity to see one young man that said, Cham, I ain't never seen no real Indians. I said, well, to be politically correct, the natives, the indigenous community. He said, man, I said, don't feel bad. A lot of people ain't never seen no real black people. He said, what do you mean? But you would be surprised. I mean, people you think is black that's not black. Believe me, you would be surprised. And I know people say, well, we're not a what's what they say? We're not a monotonous community. Blah. That sound okay. That's true. However, there are certain consistent strands of defining black people. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there are certain consistent dynamics. Yes, indeed. The Trail of Truth. They're presently in D.C. now. And it was brought to my attention that there's been some U.S. President Biden was acknowledging historical contradictions, because you can't give an actual historical layout of the contradictions with indigenous, the land stole from the native man, native man and woman. Peace treaties were broken, the smallpox, you name it. But they're pushing in particular with the Trail of Truth. Federal recognition for I think the Mohican. I know I'm forgive me, I'm self-critical. This respective tribe, and with that recognition comes a number of things, but also pushing the case of present-day political prisoner Leonard Peltier. And they have a number of flags, different native tribes, and they also the Black Panther Party Club flag is rolling with them. Also, we stand in solidarity with the present-day Rainbow Coalition. We have a long history. You know what I'm saying? In fact, I would just comment. I see how time flies. North Dakota, Standard Rock, we were there with the indigenous community. And I remember coming back that night in the election, they was like, whoa, this was Trump at first got in office. I said, wow, this is the time period. How long ago was that? And this is doing Standard Rock, challenging the pipelines in Standard Rock. And also pushing for political prisoners, release Mumia Abu-Jamal, Leonard Peltier. This was before Rochelle St. Q. McGee was out, maybe before Sunday Adekola was out. But this is and I talk about the dynamics of solidarity. And some people say, well, they can't deal with, they have to work with their own respective community. And I say, I respect that. And some people I don't recommend that they don't venture outside their community because they're not on stable ground of who they are and their respective race. You know what I'm saying? I see some. I don't recommend everyone eat Chinese food. I see some people will go there. They'll come out there. They audition for a Bruce Lee movie. They don't have a a clear of who they are. You have that identity, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of times people, you can see the complexes of certain people, that they go overboard, just talking, trying to convince themselves. We live on the record Freedom on Radio, y'all. Y'all feel free to call in because we say Cub being with us 708-223-8953. Welcome to Freedom on Radio. I'm throwing your speakerphone. Caller, welcome to Freedom on Radio.
Hey, this is P-Ray. How you doing, Shirley?
I'm doing well. Welcome to Freedom on Radio. I'm telling everyone now. Let me repeat this for those. This is a first time caller. We get a lot of first time callers calling into Freedom on Radio. Do not again, y'all can't let people know it's out of our control. The blog talk number, the 929 number. We experienced some technical difficulties, and leave it to me. Call me paranoid. I'm saying political difficulties. The line is down. So what we're saying, people can call in now at 708-223-8953. And we got this. Okay, welcome to Freedom on Radio. We have a number of first-time callers calling in, and we want to. And I really hate this is the time that the 929 number is down, because we wanted to set the upcoming election that people can call in particular first hour. In fact, you look at the flyer, we say community candidates and Cubs to have a discussion, whatever partisan political party you relate to, call in. And with the 929 number being down, I was reminded that November 5th is Tuesday. November 5th is Tuesday. So we may have to push for emergency, another show to call in, because again, electoral politics. Let me say this again, because I show a lot of people, and in fact, they say, "Chairman, we know you're not political." Everything is political, but I distinguish politics from electoral politics. But this is a climate in the time, and what I'm saying, and we have, as servants of the people, any discussion that's phenomenal, and people, saying, whether it be what's going on in the music industry, people say, "I don't want to talk about that." That's got no. We have, saying. We have to put our ear to the ground. It is a different energy. You know what I'm saying? Every time election comes, people say, "This is the ride, this is the death, do or die. If you don't vote, you're gonna die tomorrow." But this election, there is some discussions going on from different arenas that you don't expect it. So we want to seize the time with that. And again, reiterate, whatever partisan political party you're in, feel free. In fact, encourage those. Call in. We saying 6:30 to 7:30 in particular. We're gonna talk about the Ronald Green case, some other things coming up soon, and also the Chicago Sun-Times article, which referenced me. And I'm going to point out some of the contradictions in regards to what's happening with this, and so we'll talk about that. But with that being said, again, I said, welcome to Freedom on Radio. Give us a little background who we have here and what's going on.
Yeah, I'm calling because you said this was the election show, and you know that I chair Chicago Red. So I wanted to just share a couple things with you all, if that was okay.
If you can, we just had a caller call in a minute ago, and they were talking about the situation on J&J Fish, and I was on serious.
So it's all related.
Okay, can you give us? We have people who are not, we have. Damn, I hate it. My blog talk is down, but we have people who are first time listeners, first time viewers. Give us. You said Chicago Red. Give us the background again. Who we are? What's going on? Who we are?
So I am P-Ray of Chicago Red. We are the organization that is committed to flipping the current political situation in this city. We've been aligned to a certain political party and a certain political ideology that has left our people behind and bankrupted us. And we deserve better. We have much higher self-esteem than to keep making these same mistakes over and over again. With that being said, right now we are dealing with an open border. With that open border, you have people who are coming here with different cultures and different mentalities. And so I did some research about the gentleman who committed that heinous act. And he has not been here for a very long time, and he committed other dangerous actions across the country. I think in Arizona, that's where he came from. And so with that, if our immigration system was functioning as it was supposed to, he would have been deported from our country the first time that he committed crime. But he wasn't, because again, we are not up to protect us. Our people gave us to protect us. That's ours via birthright. So I just want everybody who's listening to know that regardless of how you feel about the United States of America, this is our country. and we at home, and all of this belongs to you. So if anybody is saying that they want to make this country great again, regardless of whether or not you value its greatness, it's yours. When they say they want to make life better for Americans, they talk about you, your mama, your children, the people you love, your neighbors, everybody that matters to you. We are American people. We got a lot of people buried, flesh and bone, deep in the ground in this country. So don't let nobody talk to you against who you are and what you deserve. And that's it. So just put America first and know that that man who committed that heinous act is not us. That don't have nothing to do with us. And even the fact that the owner kept the store open after the murder and supported the murderer lets you know right there how he values the values that he has towards Americans as guests in our country. If you can't treat us right as a guest, you got to get on back your business and find somewhere where you can show some manners. So thank you for letting me speak, and I truly appreciate the time.
The airways are always open. Let me ask you this question for illegal. And for those who trying to call in, y'all forgive me. I don't. We unfortunately with the blog telling we can have a number of people in line at the same time. But I think we only have one person at a time on this. So y'all who listening, who trying to call in also, y'all bear with me as we say Panther Cub with us. Let me ask you this question. What do you attribute to this? Or is this something that's been put out there? Like it's a different sort of energy. When people talking about even engaging that toward politics. What do you attribute that to? Like now, like what is? Or is it?
I'm gonna be engaged in politics because it's about so money.
No, I'm talking about what do you attribute to right now? A lot of people are talking about it now. I mean, this election. What do you attribute to the different energy?
It's the bag. It's our money and it's our sovereignty. Again, our people been in this country a very long time, and so we're seeing how people who are new being how they're being treated and what others are receiving. With that, because we can see exactly what that is, people are saying, "Wait a minute, this is my country. I'm at home. Hold on one moment. I'm gonna step outside." They're like, wait a minute. This is our country. I've been paying taxes for a long time, and y'all giving these people $5,000 on link, and I know people that's doctoring up noodle cups. Absolutely not. You see people who property taxes have gone up, especially in the south suburbs. Some as much as over 100%. And we know that all that money that they asking us to pay on property taxes, all that's going to feed and house illegals when our people sleeping outside in tents in the rain and the snow. When we got people sitting up in Iowa right now hungry, eating unseasoned food because the Chicago Housing Authority has been hoarding $1.8 billion of federal housing funds for over 25 years. Right? So now as we become more aware and we get our self-esteem higher, I think that we are going through a huge self-esteem shift where we are starting to say, wait a minute, we come first. My family comes first. I want to make sure that mine eat. I want to make sure that the people that we love eat. If we got all the energy and all the money and time in the world to invite everybody here to come feast off our tax dollars, how they gonna feast when we hungry? So that's the shift. And it's a beautiful thing. It's so beautiful because initially people were saying that MAGA was racist and, they just a bunch of white supremacists. But again, if somebody say make America great again is racist, that means that they saying that the Negro is not an American. And I know for a fact, Chandler, your daddy is an American legend. An American legend. Everywhere that flag stands, his name is going to be associated with that for being a homegrown American legend. So if you say make America great again, don't include black people, that means that you erase everything that the Negro did in this country. And this ain't the United States of America without us. We would make this country great. And the fact that black folks, the Negro is more on lineage, the fact that the Negro is more about our business is creating a shift in the whole country right now. Because we giving people the courage to stand up and say, wait a minute, to be patriotic don't mean you're a racist. That means that you love yourself.
I guess some commenters calling in, tapping in. Okay, no, I'm reading this comment too. The Kerner Commission report 60. No doubt, Devontae. I want to get again. So the only this is election November 5th. I want to set up our blog talk. Gonna be back up, and I'll be keeping you posted. We gonna definitely callers and are you still on the radios on the radios?
I'm on intellectual radio too.
Wow. Okay.
Sundays at 7.
Okay.
Talking about like the car radio, no.
The
Democratic Party hated on kids. It's our movement of self-esteem and patriotism caught on so hard and so hot
in the city of Chicago that the Democrats are doing everything they can to try to stump us out, but they
Well,
can't because we winning.
we're gonna have keep it abreast, keep updated. We're gonna have an open a panel before the Tuesday, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Because again, I struggle. A lot of people say, Chairman, you. I say I'm political. I say, but I distinguish electoral politics and politics. But we're gonna have before Tuesday a panel. You know what I'm saying? On the blog talk. We get that back up and running. Our blog talk is down. So again, the lines are open for you. I appreciate you calling in.
You're welcome, and I'll call you. We'll work some stuff with your phone.
Okay, right on.
You ready?
Right on.
See you, love.
No doubt about it. Love and respect. Right on. We live in the Record Spirit of Making History, Taking History, Taking History, y'all. Y'all, again, those who are calling in and can't get through on Blog Talk, forgive me, forgive us. You can call in at 708-223-8953. And there's a couple of people, okay, I don't care what they running for, what office. Let them know they feel, call in. I don't care if they run for garbage collector, I don't care if they run for president. You know what I'm saying? Don't be hesitant. I don't want to call, because Chairman Fitter, man, whatever position you running for, we are the presidential candidates can call in. As service of the people, the Freedom on Radio is open, y'all. You know what I'm saying? So again, 708-223-8953, and we will have a special broadcast before then. Matter of fact, we might do, you know what? I'm gonna see if we can set up something that Tuesday during that date, you know what I'm saying? Because again, it's a different energy that's going on. I know every time it's a election, people say, if you don't just do or die, just do or die. But there's a different energy. People are talking about different, you know what I'm saying? And also it's we had the People's Convention. We had, you know what I'm saying, after they had the Republican Convention, Democratic Convention, we had the People's Convention. And I'm gonna let the cat out the bag this year for December 4th. The theme's going to be, you know what I'm saying, Hampton for president, defense captain Mark Clark for deputy for vice president. That's the thing. Y'all heard the breaking news right here live and direct on Freedom All Radio. You know what I'm saying? Hampton for Chairman Fred Hampton and defense captain Mark Clark. You might say, well, well, first of all, they legacy live on. And so on our platform, we talking about, of course, register for resistance, struggle for self-determination, and vote for victory. You know what I'm saying? And people say, what are some of your points you're pushing? We're talking about, of course, reparations, African anti-terrorism bill, political prisoners, you know what I'm saying? And I know a lot of people say, well, man, you can't see that happening this time, but just in the spirit of serving the people and service of history, people can look back and say, well, man, this position was taken, you know what I'm saying? And you go back and look at the time when they ran Minister UEP Newton for, I forget what office was ran. He was locked up. And we said, do you actually see him winning? You know, I said, but it helped heighten the contradictions. And a lot of things we do, we try to heighten the contradictions. 1 second, y'all. Freedom, welcome to Freedom All Radio.
Freedom All, Chairman Freddie. This is Stephen calling from Monroe.
Stephen, right on. Welcome to Freedom All Radio. Yes, indeed. Right on. Let me make sure they can hear you. Okay, please. Okay, bring us up to speed. I'm glad you got the text. 929 number is down. We do what we can do on the 708. Monroe, Louisiana. This comrade, I'm saying again, covers down, literally politically covered down over Chairman Fred. Chairman Fred is buried, for those who don't know, he's buried in Haynesville, Louisiana. Chairman Fred is buried in Haynesville, Louisiana. And the police make it a point to go shoot his tombstone. Law enforcement shoot his tombstone up every year. We go down there every Father's Day, and this our comrade is down there on the ground, and you know what I'm saying, consistently. What's been happening? And they say about the South, you know what I'm saying, one day the South will rise again. We say, when did it fall? You know what I'm saying? The conscience and those who are not familiar with this case, make sure is it Reginald Green, Ronald Green? I forget, I'm moving so fast. Ronald Green.
Yeah.
Ronald Green. The beat, my attention was to have that on the top cover. You know what I'm saying? And again, we had things set up. The candidates, in particular, candidate for state's attorney Bob Fioretti and others supposed to call in today. But we don't have if they listen, they can call in still on the 708-223-8953. But while we got Monroe, Louisiana live in that record here now. Comrade 2 o'clock, I'm gonna hit you back. I was supposed to get down to Monroe, to Shreveport for this case of Ronald Green, as well as be down in Louisville, Kentucky for Breonna Taylor case. Unfortunately, I was not able to be there physically, but with our comrades on the ground, they there. You know what I'm saying? Those who not familiar with the case, the image, you got to see the image. Beating of Ronald Green. His mother has been, his family's been nonstop, pushing for justice for the case of Ronald Green. Our comrades have been nonstop. The beat man, the image. I'm gonna matter of fact, it's on this profile picture. We're gonna get that up there too. You and I tell we don't want to see these images, but we have to. You know what I'm saying? In the spirit of immaterials, you don't have to see these images though. What happened with the case of the police that beat this brother? The court initially the court was supposed to be from October 28th to November 1st. However, we got word last minute that the court was only going to proceed for 1 day for one of the police that beat him, and the next they got one in February. What was the bring us to the speed? Take us inside the courtroom, comrade. What was the outcome of this? Richard Pryor would say, when you go down in the courtroom, black would say, all you see is just us. Richard Pryor said, you go down and look for justice, but all you see is just us. This is a case where, where the tables were supposed to be turned, where the police was running. The police was on trial for beating Ronald Green, and he's gonna bring us speed what happened. No doubt, comrade stands, bro. Man, Minister European was running for Congress when he was locked up. That was the height of the contradictions. You know what I'm saying? The height of the contradictions. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna be talking about that too. You live and direct, comrade Steve.
Yeah. You know, he was this pig right here. He was facing negligent homicide and 10 counts of malfeasance office. So, you know, we get in the court, you know what I'm saying? They say they working a plea deal, and first of all, we get in the court, you know, it's still hot as hell in Louisiana, you know what I'm saying? We still wearing shorts and everything. So we get in there, they say the AC broke and this and that, and they telling us no sudden outbursts. They already know what the deal's gonna be, what's gonna go down. So, you know what I'm saying? And the DA is a black man, John Belton, here from Louisiana, a black man, a brother. You know what I'm saying? You think he'll try to do the right thing, but you know.
Yeah. And isn't it? Let me interject something. Isn't it something? Isn't it something? Whether it be Milwaukee, uprisings in Minnesota, wherever throughout the country, throughout the world, whenever when the contradictions are intensified, all of a sudden, you get the black faces, the Negro, you know what I'm saying, Negroes, and they become media. I think what's this case? I can't think of this. Sometime in particular, something happened. May have been the case from the guy Dylan Roof to the church, but it was South Carolina. Somehow in South Carolina, all of a sudden you seen these Negro sheriffs. I said, I mean, all of a sudden you talking about affirmative action just kicks in. You have Negro. As soon as this race contradict, you like, well, all of a sudden you got these Negro representatives, Negro elected spokesperson in the camera. You know what I'm saying? But I just want to point that out. It's really something that the timing of finding these talented or Negroes who can do the job all of a sudden. It's ironic. Go ahead, bro. Proceed, brother.
Yeah. So originally I had charged that one, the one Corey York, with a negligent homicide and 10 counts of malfeasance. So they done worked out a plea deal. The family was against the plea deal. They want to take the trial, get the full justice. All of them need to be charged with murder. How many
of them was it getting beat? How many of them was it?
It was total of 6. But the main one that was on the video doing the beating, after he found out he was being fired and charged with this, he died in a car accident. That's what they say, he died in a car accident.
Yeah, exactly.
I was saying, so this other guy that was on Corey York, he's on video beating him up too and dragging him and all that. So, they dropped the charges down to simple battery. He went from a felony to a misdemeanor. So they gave him a simple battery, pleaded no contest. So he got a suspended sentence. He's not going to do any prison time. He got to do 160 hours of community service. He got a year of probation. He got to pay $1,000 fine. That's it. They got out. He got away with it.
And so, to say the least, I can't. I'm saying, and they beat us, and man, it hits hard. Again, I recommend. I don't recommend. I encourage. I struggle with us. Look at the footage. Look at the images. Ronald Green.
Yeah.
I struggle with us.
All you gotta do is Google his name, and you'll see the whole.
Google the name Ronald Green. insult to your intelligence. I mean, I mean, a battery. I'm telling you, man. And then, I mean, to run around. I mean, they gave his family, his mother. I'm talking about. I mean, I get it, man. She's. And they've been laying this down. You know what? And I can say that not only do they, I mean, they kill the, they attempt to kill the spirit. They attempt to kill the spirit. In many cases, they do, because I mean, these injustices. Then you know, what I'm saying. I mean, you know, it makes that old saying, piss on your leg until you it's raining. It make it seem like nothing. To them, they kill you, then you just run around this court system. You know, what I'm saying. They even reference this as a battery. You know, it hurts. It hurts. It hurts, and you know, and then like places, and that's, and again, that South with the ambiance of it, you know, saying the place. I think back going out in Alabama for the resentencing of Lakeith Smith, and I remember just even the trees and everything, you know, and the feeling, you know, of the feeling, the way the trees, where they swooped down, what inspired, you know, Billie Holiday, you know, what she sung, you know, Strange Fruit. But I remember being in that courtroom, and I just it hit. You know, the correlation of that of child slavery, you know, just when they insult, I'm trying to think of another word, when they so-called resentence him, you know, and it had, you know, the mother, I talked to her, you know, it hurt not to be able to, you know, limited on, you know, we still gonna do so. We fighting, you know, some of the case of Lakeith, but I mean, to kill us and tell us that they didn't kill us, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, we had to fight, and we going against all odds, you know what I'm saying? To lay out, you know what this is, because we can't afford to, you know, have generations of reactionaries coming up with people just coming in like this is new. It has to be, you know what I'm saying? I mean, through the door, you know what I'm saying? And we have to tell our own narrative, you know what I'm saying? We have to, you know, and recognize, you know what I'm saying, the difference between, you know, brutality and terrorism. You know, why do we feel certain ways? Why, you know what I'm saying, you know, I was talking to a brother the other day. We had there's a community fish fry, and brother, he's 83 years old, and he was talking about, you know, we grew up in Mississippi. He talking to some younger brothers. He's like, man, y'all don't know how it was back then. He was telling some stories about how he said he grew up in, I forget what part of Mississippi, and do not say this, don't get the wrong narrative. Like I'm saying, the North is this great place, you know what I'm saying? Because again, we got some horror stories we can tell you about in Chicago yesterday, you know what I'm saying? So I don't get the wrong narrative. I'm saying it's still contradictions, you know what I'm saying, going down. I mean, from the courthouse, you name it, you know what I'm saying? But he was saying how he said it wasn't uncommon for them, for, you know, the white girl to come through and, you know, pick out him as friends, you know, which one she wanted to be with. And he said, you know, and I'm with him. This is his brother, 83 years old, and with his daughter, you know, his daughter right there in the conversation. He said he can recall days she coming out and they pick out which one they want, and she picked him. You know, so she would grab a brother. You know, and she wasn't satisfied, or she just felt like saying rape. You know what I'm saying? She can do that, and it happened on many occasions. He said from his daughter, he's like, ain't no telling how many brothers and sisters you got running around here. You know, how many times he was called. And I said, damn, you know, just to, you know, to acknowledge that, you know, that they would come and pick you out, you know, and these, you know, so you know, like with Chairman Haynesville, not too far. Even discussion we had to have with going down for the court hearings, which is in Farmersville, comrade? Farmersville. The long discussion we had to have about, okay, wait a minute, where we stay at? You know what I'm saying? Don't stay here. You know what I'm saying? These discussions, it's like, you know, your I remember going down stuff, you know, people, and you hear those stories about, you know, the people, your grandparents had to carry the bucket in the car. Like, you ain't no pull over no restaurants. You know, you use the restroom in a bucket. You know what I'm saying? And these, I mean, certain places that still occur right now today. In this case, Ronald Green, again, please go look at the footage. And then I'm saying, then you want to get an extra hit, extra gut hit, the so-called sentence. 100 hours of community service and conviction of battery, man. You know what I'm saying? Just for Ronald Green, just for them all. And is any websites, any way we can, you know what I'm saying, we can help get this word that was going on. And also the next court date for the other one that beat him is when? February what?
I'm not sure exactly what day. I'm gonna have to reach back out to you with that.
Please.
Because see what the family's doing, but they have an Instagram page. Justice for Ronald Green is on Instagram, and
let me make sure I follow that.
Mona Hardin, Hardin. She's on Instagram, and she also on Facebook.
Okay, Justice, is that number 4 or just FOR? You know?
FOR, yeah, FOR.
Just for Ronald Green. Make sure we follow that, y'all. Follow that. And what's the mother's name? Mona?
Yeah, Mona Hardin. Hardin.
Okay.
She's on Facebook and she's also on Instagram.
I'm gonna follow. We're gonna get on there, follow her ASAP. I heard on the brothers one night, the late night one time. She, man.
I'm telling you, one of her posts on your
please,
you know. Yeah.
Please, comrade. We appreciate you big time. Please tag me with the post, and y'all make sure y'all follow Just for Ronald Green on Instagram. Look at those pictures. Let's get that. Let's try to make that court date, y'all. Let's make, you know what I'm saying. Let's get down there for that court date on February. You know what I'm saying. And again, I'm gonna post that picture on my Facebook as my profile picture. ASAP.
I'll keep you updated.
Please, comrade. Right on. Revolutionary love and respect, Steve. You know what I'm saying. We'll be going back to Cali. Cause we'll be headed back south. We will be there. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Going to the corner, get a shot of water. Going to come out, keep on swinging, y'all. In the spirit of making history, taking history, and taking history. We are live in the record on Freedom All Radio. This tonight we at 708-223-8953. Comrade 2 o'clock. I suppose it came through New Orleans and stopped down there, but I didn't make the trip. But the comrades is down there. We're gonna keep y'all there. Free them all. I forgot to greet free them all. Okay, callers. I forgot to get free them all. Yes, indeed. 708-223-8953. Okay, now, speaking of profile pictures, today's profile picture is an image of myself over the Black Panther Party. There's a number of calls recently, you know, and I was hesitant on, you know, I'm very careful what I respond to. But someone said, well, Chairman, they reference you in Chicago sometimes, October 27th, and they say, 1 second. Free them all. Welcome to Free them all Radio.
It's an honor that you picked up the phone, Hampton Jr. I'm calling out of California, San Francisco, and I'm representing AIM West. I'm a representative. I've been growing up in the indigenous AIM West my whole life, growing up, and you know, much salute to you. I just want to call. I know you got a lot of phone calls, and much love and respect and honor, man. Can't even describe it. So, you know,
take your time. Well, first and foremost, welcome. This is your first time caller, correct?
Oh, yeah, it's my first time calling.
Welcome. Well, let's break the ice. Welcome to Freedom All Radio. Yes, indeed. Give us who you are and any updates you want to get out. Again, welcome to Freedom All Radio.
Okay, no, yeah, that's it. Maybe next time, if you're ever out in California, I'll you know, try to see if you got. I mean, do you have any events that you know of, like maybe right now, that like in California or the Bay Area?
I was supposed. I usually make it my point to make sure I'm there in Oakland all the time for, you know, October 15th for the birthday of the Black Panther Party. I mean, okay. I didn't make it this time. I'm beating myself up, you know. So I am beating myself up. Unfortunately, I didn't make it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm getting there soon. Some of my comrades, CRC in Oakland, they got events all over time going. I'm looking at also the LA. Hold on, okay, the Schultz children, Russell Schultz children. Is it Sharon or Teresa? One of them and Russell Jr. They are promoting the book, putting the book for Maroon Schultz. That's going to be in LA. I'm not going to be able to make that. That's on November 9th. You say the Bay Area. Let me stay in contact with us. Make sure you subscribe to Chairman Fred Jr. on YouTube, and I'm allowed to pop up there anytime. In fact, I make a joke about when the weather get cold. 2 times I don't like being in Chicago in particular. 2 times in particular, during the cold weather and election time, because it get cold and cutthroat. I say, so I try to always put out the call, man, y'all send me down south, send me out west or something, you know. But I'm sure I'll be getting that way soon. So subscribe to Chairman Fred Jr. Stay in contact with us. I'm looking forward to getting that way soon. If you can also put on your calendar, December the 4th is International Revolutionary Day. So we have a big event in Chicago. I know it's gonna be hard. It's a hard sell to tell you the request that you leave that weather and come on Chicago December the 4th. But those of you know, let them know we're gonna be in front of Ground Zero, 2337 West Monroe, soon to be Chairman Fred Hampton-Wade. We hope we're gonna make it happen. That's December the 4th.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. all my support, man. I mean, you know, if Yeah, thank you for picking up. Thank you for your talk. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for everything.
Right on.
Much love.
Right on. And again, keep. I think of course the indigenous community follow Marshawn Camp on Facebook and the Trail of Truth. What they're doing also. We Black Panther Party Cubs. The spirit of solidarity with the present day Rainbow Coalition. We riding with them. So thank you for your call and stay in contact with us.
Definitely will.
Right on. Free them all. We're gonna close that. We're about to close out shortly, but let me say this. Again, thank you for all those who called in. Comrade Stan, did I know someone's supposed to be calling in also, so they didn't call in because I only get that last at least that last 10 minutes to addressing this contradiction in regards to the Chicago Sun-Times article, October 27, which referenced me. Referenced us. And there are some issues. There are always some issues. You know what I'm saying? There are always some issues, but Ghetto Griot Face of Ghetto Boys, he said, life is like, you coming into a storm, you in a storm, you just coming, you going into a storm, you in a storm, or you coming out of a storm. And a lot of times when this, I commented earlier, I seen this poem that was posted by the Sister K Love. I said, wow, I need to hear this because on the battlefield, on the Black Panther Party Club battlefield, you go through battle fatigue, and a lot of people they see a legacy just okay. It's a given that people say, okay, yeah, we love the Black Panther Party, and like our people in general, we cannot have a discussion about music, movements, or any dynamic negating the attacks that come with it, and and not in a defeatist sort of way. So we crying the blues, we can't understand. But to put it in context, what's at stake here? You know what I'm saying? And I can't even assess how much damage control we've had to done, how many, many scars and bars we have. But this, cut to the chase. There's I don't want to give any commercials for anything, but some people say, well, there's your truth and my truth, and no, there's the truth. There's an objective truth, and there's reference in this article that said, I'm paraphrasing, Chairman Fred Hampton Jr. He disagreed with this. He led a coalition. He disagrees with this history that's put out by these individuals. And the deal is that demeans or devalues. Like sometimes people just say, well, it's especially when we talk about different dynamics, especially with politics, people say, well, that's a difference of opinion, and nothing can be further from the truth. Even when you talk the narrative or the legacy of the Black Panther Party, people can say, well, I just see it this way, or especially talking about a phenomenon, you know what I'm saying, and something that people's the survival of people, you know what I'm saying? What type of people? Like I tell people say, well, I learned about the Black Panther Party, and you can actually tell, if they got it from saying the sanitized schools and so on and so forth. And an individual made a comment in regards to the contradictions that are being exposed in the music industry. And someone said, why is it that Ray J wants to interview Jaguar Wright? Why would he put this call out? And an individual says something that's relative to this contradiction we talk about in regards to this President Sun-Times article. He said something to the effect that, well, they have to have Ray J interview her to control the narrative. He said one thing that and a lot of people that negate it to say, okay, well, is it a trip because white people are racist? And that's something that's a historical tactic that the system has attempted to devalue the struggle for self-determination about, to just simple race question. You know what I'm saying? But we were talking about the demand for jury of our own peers or to tell our own narrative. Even if these individuals were sincere, the inability to, again, it's certain dynamics, that speak that you just say, well, I didn't know this, and they tell the story, and there's so many cases. You wonder why Why would such movies like Dance with Wolves, they want to push Kevin Costner to be, you know what I'm saying, the face of this, you know what I'm saying? And you say, what? And there's one thing that said, well, we don't have any people from the, why when the news come to our community, why do they grab a certain sector to be our spokesperson? Why in the music industry, why they, you talk about certain forces, they grab certain individuals to raise up to be our spokesperson? This is a war tactic. This is a war tactic. And the term to control it, like Malcolm X talking about the initial march on Washington. When you know what I'm saying, initially it was a move for the masses on the ground, on the valley. So we are fed up. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna go to DC. We're gonna shut everything down. This is the similar. Many of them didn't speak the Queen's English. They want, you know, so they want armed with the resources. But the deal was, as Malcolm X said, when the ruling class got word of it. You know what I'm saying? You all of a sudden you heard about this dynamic about the fight that had the landmark on the Hampton House. All of a sudden you see the ruling class start say, wait a minute, we can't stop this. Let's co-opt it. Let's water it down. Let's change it. Let's make it something to be. You see, you can see the consistency throughout history. Who is raised up? And you see the March on Washington. Malcolm referred to the Big Six. You know what I'm saying? And they say, okay, we can't stop it. Let's co-opt the water down. And again, it's a tactic. What you talking about? The narrative. We talking about what's going on across seas, historically through different wars of U.S. aggression, different dynamics, of even the basic contradictions in our community. That you also say, well, you say, why? Who is given as a spokesperson? And they say, back this analogy, when they were saying about Ray J, why was he fighting for this interview? He can just make a joke about something. That controls the narrative. That controls the narrative. And it's not just a question of, you know, of someone disagreeing. Say, okay, well, I see this way. And I think back when I was held captive, I was a political prisoner. I had given up on any thoughts about even holding the TV. And I said, Reverend Doctor, is he calling? Okay, right on. I'm coming for the call, comrade. The guards, when they transfer you, they would take your TV, and you know what I'm saying, and they would take it, say you playing the TV too loud. They would give it to an informant, a snitch, or you know, a white prisoner. You know what I'm saying? So to the point, I said, I don't even want no more. I don't want no TV. And it was a situation one time, I forget what year it was, maybe 98, 99, 2000. But if you can recall, it was a speech, this historical speech of Minister Farrakhan was given in regards to something in regards to Islam. And it was like, you know, some unity with what they referred to as the Orthodox Islam. And it was some speech that was, everybody told me this speech, this historical speech from happening. And I recall going down, I didn't have a TV, and I recall going on the prison gallery and asking different individuals what happened, what was the speech about, and you got different perspectives, but you can literally tie into their class interest, their interest on how they perceive what happened. Same speech, but you heard the different. And they'll say these people had no assessment, no skin in the game with the Nation of Islam, or many of them weren't even Muslim. But you seen them, they were like, I said, damn, they had a benefit. I said, I have to get a TV. So I can do an objective analysis. You know what I'm saying? And you look back, you say, was this coincidence? You know, so who's raised up? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Who's raised up? You know what I'm saying? And say, well, just a difference of opinion. It's a lot more deeper than that. And a lot of things, you know what I'm saying, even now, you may say, well, Chairman, you kind of guarded when you speak. I think as a servant of the people and servant of history, I think that a lot of things, like stuff that Pac had laid out. The question was, were the people ready for sudden information? You know what I'm saying? And I won't drop, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times the messenger will be, oh man, that's divisive and blah, blah. Because a lot of times in those famous words of Jack Nicholson in that movie, A Few Good Men, can't handle the truth. You go back and look at that, how Pac was pressed at the interview, how he was still trying to lay out different contradictions about Puffy Combs way back then, but people couldn't even grasp it then. I tell people, even the physical features of Casey, the young lady about Puffy, that was necessary for people even to grasp certain things. You know what I'm saying? We have to acknowledge that. But Pac laid out certain, even then, that people couldn't even grasp. I mean, people, how insulting it was to Pac to say was an East Coast, West Coast rivalry, to trivialize it. When he was being subjected to assassination attempts, You know what I'm saying? When people are rewriting history and how he kept on trying to, you know what I'm saying, to bite the bullet. You know, you can see in the interviews the gunpowder in his mouth. And the lady asks, well, this time, with this stuff that's coming out now. And you know what I'm saying? And I'm laying out certain things now, and I'm fighting. I'm fighting to be out. You know what I'm saying? Because I was giving analogies to some comrades. I said, one of the things, I said, certain reactionaries are necessary because a revolutionary, we handle the eggs like we kind of careful. We don't know about the people. We don't know if it's a chicken in the egg. Is it ready? You know what I'm saying? Is it ready? And sometimes reactions come through like, man, fuck, man, we gotta make this omelet, man. We ain't got time. We gotta make this omelet. If it's so be it. And they can crack it. You know what I'm saying? And those dynamics are necessary because our concern, it can hold back growth or certain, you know what I'm saying? But again, you go back and look historically. There are contradictions that Minister UEP knew that he held his tongue on. But you can look back and say, oh, I see this now. I see this, you know what I'm saying? And it's attractive to say, well, man, to play Monday morning quarterback, well, man, we should have did this, we should have said this. But put back in that context of time. Are you ready for that? Are you ready for that? Because you know what I'm saying? People lay back to him, man, it's a political maturity to say, why is it that, you know what I'm saying? Well, let me go read this article. Why does Chairman Fred Jr. disagree with, you know what I'm saying? Why isn't he aligned with this? Then go back and relate to Minister UEP and say the social practices, the criteria, you know what I'm saying? That's your criteria. Go back and look at the work and look at who is who. Then look historically. Look at the consistencies. Even in my demise. Even in my demise. And the stakes are high. As Pac said, I'll probably murder for the shit that I said. You dig? And for the love for the legacy. The love, not as an individual subjective, you know, I'm tripping. Now, and that's one thing that I tell people, it's one thing for your own individual. I say this one thing as an individual, but for a love of a protection of a legacy. To hold the line. Even when it's not popular, as Minister UEP Newman said, the most difficult job of being a revolutionary is fighting in the interests of people who don't even know their own interests. And to hold on to no certain, but to study the people, say, man, are they ready for this? For the greater good. Because when people come in, especially novice forces, they come around, they say, well, why we can't read certain books? Why you don't, you know, I remember struggling with this sister. I said, no, I don't recommend you read that book. That's not, that don't, well, I need to rest. No, that's, you have to get a basis first. You need to read this first. You need an understanding of the Black Panther Party first. And she went around me, circumvented me, and she read this other book. Then I said, I told you, your bones wasn't strong enough, you know what I'm saying, to maintain it. It's like a relationship. You come in, you start telling certain stuff about the family through the door. You're like, whoa, hold on. I don't, like, even with the Black community, it's certain things you got to be, we have, like I said, we got to be careful we talk about. You know what I'm saying? That people, it can break them before they even made, for their bones can even handle that. You know what I'm saying? Say, whoa, let me the greater good to see why we, because that people say, well, I don't see that. I don't even see why we even maintain this. Why we even, fighting for this. We outnumbered, we are resourced. You know what I'm saying? The ruling class is going to continue to rate this over. Then that's an incorrect assessment of history. With the politics, you able to grab a fertilizer out of this shit. You able to see, okay, this is the benefits of this. You know what I'm saying? This the what type of, even in battle, even in defeat, to say, well, hold on, look at that time. See, without the politics, you can look at you with a naked eye. You may say, well, Pac was okay. I hear what you're saying about Pac. He was principled. You know what I'm saying? He was but look at the stuff that happened to Pac. Look at the cases, the heat that he got. Look how Puffy was rolling, and look at, you know what I'm saying? Some people say they may look at it from that potential and say, well, Pac, you say Puffy's still alive, he got all this finance. Then there are those who have a different assessment of living. A different, you know what I'm saying? They say, well, man, that Pac, something that those we have to, for those who have something who say, no, that other option, and say, no, that's I align with this. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to divide it to just a question of, like some elementary assessment of right and wrong. With the greater good, you know what I'm saying? like the old axiom, or African axiom, they say what's good for the family may not be good for the community. What's good for the community is good for the family and the community. What the line that we maintain, when we talk about the legacy of the Black Panther Party, we talk about the history of it, you know what I'm saying? It's an objective analysis. You can look at what it's produced. You look at it and you say, well, okay, what's the other option? What's the puffy option? You know, go look at what's literally, figuratively speaking, what's produced. Listen to the propaganda bombs that's dropped. Yeah, more awards and more wine and cheese parties. Go look at the residue. Go look at the political graveyards and little graveyards of the Craig Macks and the likes. Go look at the images of white children with autism relating to Tupac. Go look at people saying the Brendas, who had babies, how they maintain. Go look at the legacy. Go read that article on the Sun-Times, October 27th, and look at the work that the Black Panther Party covers as opposed to in contrast to the individuals the ruling class is raising up. We love Pac, we love the Black Panther Party. We love the Black Panther Party Cubs. Right on, brother, my brother. It's gonna take more than just love. It's gonna take a political assessment that cuts. They can't afford liberalism. This can't come in and say, "Oh, we all the same." You know what I'm saying? We want the same thing. No. It's gonna take a position where Kim Il-sung had to come with a clarity and say, no. The U.S. will not just say Korea. There must be lines drawn. You know what I'm saying? You say, no, the South Korea may align with you. This is not North Korea's position. There's a line drawn, you know what I'm saying? Chairman Mao Zedong, we define and acknowledge, assess the Kuomintang and call a question on who was working in the interests of the British in the Opium Wars. We're to go do internal house cleaning. Where it can be devalued to just, well, this person is just Chinese also. You look at the Boxer Rebellion, who was benefited of the dope that the British had pushed through. It come a time in Vietnam with those with the Ho Chi Minh and the G-Ops, the lines had to be drawn. There come a time with this legacy of the Black Panther Party. And it's ever developing. You know what I'm saying? And it's not stagnant. It's like clothes, it's like fashion. When you say, well, man, this was some cool clothes. When? What year? What time? Who was in place? Who was on the streets? It's ever developing. To go back and read that article from Chicago, October 27th, with a critical analysis. And not engage in liberalism. Say, no, I'm coming in. I want to read. Man, why does Chairman Fred Jr. disagree with this? Who is this? And don't say, well, come breastfeed us. Won't you say this, Chair? No, we have to, your political muscle has to be tightened up. Well, you can't afford elementary assessment to say, well, it's just East Coast and West Coast. Go back and look at the dynamics. Go look at every other testimony. You know what I'm saying? Go look at the difference. You have to be able to distinguish a Drake from a Kendrick Lamar. Who's the backing of the creators of the Drakes and the likes? We're gonna cover with that. We're gonna close with that, y'all. Free them all, my sister. Yes, indeed. Hit us up next week. I know you got some others, the Sandwich Ministry. Keep us posted, y'all. We live and on Freedom Radio. November 13th, coming up, Assassin Spurgeon, Jake Winters. December the 4th, International Revolutionary Day, the 55th year of the assassination of Chairman Fred and the 5th kind of Mark Clark. Read that. Send your comments in to the Chicago Sun-Times. Read, watch with a critical analysis. Follow up. That's your homework assignment. With a critical analysis. Long live the legacy of the Black Panther Party. Protect it, respect it, never neglect it. Free them all.